So how's it going, my comic chat army? We're here today with Wyndi Gayle, the creator of, you said, the Viscairian Tales.
Yeah, that's right.
Is it on Kickstarter right now?
It is. We're what is it? 12 days in. Got 18
Okay.
more to go.
How's it looking? How's it turning out?
Oh, it's going a lot better than I thought it would. We're sitting at just under $2,700 out of $3,000 goal. 130 backers. Still, like I said, still have 18 days to go. So yeah, it's exciting.
Nice. Is this your first comic book ever?
It is. Yeah,
Nice. By chance, did you get Chuck to edit it?
of course.
Nice. How is it
But it's
working with? I got. Which one do you prefer? Husband, partner? What? Your husband?
oh, husband's fine.
All right. How is it working with your husband?
It's great because we have different strengths when it comes to writing. He sees different things than I do. So we kind of complement each other. So working together really, I think, benefits both of us. So yeah, it's awesome.
Okay. So what's the comic about? What's the elevator pitch?
It's about Ranella Bree. She's a young woman who is obsessed with the idea of learning the skills that rogues and assassins possess, because they just absolutely fascinate her. And so she's now joined up with a group of thieves to start training and learning some of those skills so that one day she can hopefully train with the king's assassin, who she has this unhealthy obsession with.
Oh, nice. How many issues do you have planned?
For this story, we have 3 issues. The character came from a world that Chuck and I actually created. That's where Viscairian comes from. The name of the world was Viscair. We created it for an online role playing game that we made, and it was all done through creative writing, where everybody wrote about what their characters did and whatnot, and then were responded to by moderators and things, and we developed the world and stories in that manner. And this is one of the characters that I played. And so we're telling her story through this 3-issue arc to introduce the world and kind of get things started. And then we're going to have 3-issue story arcs with different characters moving forward, eventually bringing as many characters as possible together to tell the story of this world that they create. And at that point, most likely we'll go to graphic novels because they'll just be too big.
Oh yeah, so you're gonna collect all the characters into one graphic novel, or
Well,
all 3 issues?
we'll have a trade paperback for each 3-set story arc that we put out for different characters. But at some point, we're just going to have so many characters interacting within the story that we're going to have to start doing graphic novels. It just won't be feasible to do the shorter, regular size comic issues. So that's
Right.
a little further down the road.
All right. Can people still play the game or join if they want to?
Unfortunately, no. We just got to a point in our lives where we didn't have time to keep up with it anymore. It did run for a little over 10 years, but it has not been active since 2012, I think.
Wow,
Yeah.
that's awesome.
Yeah.
So, where did you meet the people? Was it like a Facebook group?
No, Facebook wasn't really much of a thing when we started it in 2000.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
yeah, I mean, I don't even think Facebook was around at that time. No, we started doing that type of role playing on a different website, another game in the same fashion as what we created. So we got a few players from there, and then we posted on some writers forums online, and just started word of mouth basically. Started getting people in, and we ended up with I can't even tell you, I don't know how many hundreds of role players from around the world that came in and played in our sandbox.
Nice. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
So you said you've got 11 days left. Do you have any stretch goals planned?
Yeah, actually I have 18 days left.
Oh,
And
18 days.
yeah, 11 I
Sorry.
think it'd still be okay, but that's okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, do have stretch goals. The first one is when we reach our funding goal. I wrote a novel to go along with the comic book. Basically tells the same story, but it's more in depth with more scenes. You get a better look into Ranella's thinking process, you know, and her emotions and things. Because I'm a prose writer at heart, and I just couldn't resist writing the story. So at the funding goal, we unlock the physical copy of that book. Right now, it is available as a PDF in the tiers. Then after that, we have buttons and stickers, an art print, then a short story, and then a guidebook to Viscairian would be the last one. And I think that's at 5,000 if we get it lucky enough to hit that.
Nice. You got a lot of goodies.
Yeah.
Do you have
a loot bag? There's a loot bag in there somewhere too.
A loot bag? What comes in that? Or is it a surprise?
It's a surprise.
Okay. A loot bag. That's pretty cool. Well, since this being your first comic book ever, how is it running your first Kickstarter ever?
I mean, it's a little nerve-wracking, but mainly because I have a full-time job. So, and I don't have access. I can't just go on and check to see how things are going throughout my day. So I have no idea. Like, I'll get up in the morning. Sometimes I have time to check, and sometimes I don't. And so sometimes I don't even get to look at it to see what's going on until I get home from work, and it's it's already 5 o'clock or whatever in the evening, and I've gone all day without a clue of what's happening. But as far as putting it together and whatnot, it just started really early. Putting the Kickstarter together, I actually got it approved, I think 3 months before I launched, and I just kept going back and just retooling it and making little adjustments and whatnot until I thought that I had it the way I wanted. But still, even yesterday, I was still changing some things on it.
Let's see. What was I going to ask? Oh, is the book finished?
It's not completed yet. We do have some colors still to finish, and then of course the letterer went first to do the lettering on the colored pages, so he can't do the letters until the pages are colored. So it's about a third of the way finished at this point, and it will be done before the campaign's finished.
Nice. That's a good start. Like, most people do campaigns to fund the book.
Yeah.
Comic-Cons. Are you going? Do you have any Comic-Cons planned?
The only one I had specifically planned was Dallas, which was last weekend. Yeah, last weekend. And things just kind of fell through. I wasn't able to go. Chuck was able to, but both of us couldn't go. So that was the only one. I'm hoping he's going to one in Long Island in November. And I'm hoping to be able to go to that
one. Okay. What part of Texas you live in? Dallas?
No, we're between San Antonio and Austin. So Central Texas.
All right. Never been to Texas, but I imagine it's like Florida.
It's similar. It looks a little different. Weather's very much similar.
Yeah.
It's hot.
Right. Is everybody in a hurry there like they are here?
Oh, no, not at all. I mean, well, it depends. Like, if you're on the highway or whatever, everybody seems to be in a hurry to get somewhere. But for the most part, it's fairly laid back. And yeah. Everybody finds it funny when they come to visit here. Someone asks, well, how far away is this? We don't tell you, well, it's 3 miles down the road. It's like, oh, it takes you 5 minutes to get there. We measure in time instead of distance.
Yep. You're the same way. What advice would you give to new creators that want to make a comic?
Do it. I think a lot of new creators or people that are thinking about it, I think it seems like a very daunting task to undertake. And even though they may really feel that they want to do it, I think there's a lot of doubt that comes with it. And, it might take a while. It took me 2.5 years to get this book made. like to the point where it is right now, and it's still not completed. But um, just keep working at it. If it's something you want to do, then just do it. Like literally, even if all you have for a year is a written script, just get the story written, and then get involved on Facebook pages and whatnot, comment groups, and listen to what people are saying. I don't know how many podcasts and live streams and whatnot I've watched, been in the chat room or whatever. You just and soak in the information. Everybody has a lot of good advice and experience, and like learn from it.
Okay. And what advice would you give them to run a successful Kickstarter?
Start early.
Okay.
You don't really want to be trying to put one together, like 2 weeks before you want to launch it. Like, just make sure you're ready. Ask questions. If you know someone who's had some successful Kickstarters, talk to them, ask for advice. Go look at their Kickstarter. What did they do? How did they lay it out? What kind of tiers do they offer? And said I had mine approved 3 months before it launched, but I had started working on it probably about 5 months ago. Just getting together like graphics that I wanted, a specific look I wanted to it. Started planning up tiers, and all this kind of stuff. You can always adjust it as you go, or even between the time that it's been approved and you launch, you can make some adjustments here and there. But yeah, just ask for advice. Go look at some successful Kickstarters, see what they did, and be prepared to promote. Yeah, I mean, even if it's just posting stuff on your Facebook page like every day to get the word out there, do some kind of update. Tell your followers, why you're excited about something or whatever. But yeah, promote, talk about it, and start doing that way before.
Okay. You said the Kickstarter got approved. Does Kickstarter have to approve it before you launch it?
Yeah, you have to have. It doesn't have to be 100% completed your Kickstarter page, but you have to have the basic information in there for them to see what your project is about, and they'll take a look at it and submit it for approval. They'll take a look at it, and then they'll let you know. Mine took about a little longer than I wanted. I think it took about 5 or 6 days for them to approve. Some of them get approved within a day. It just depends on how many projects they have being submitted at the time. But usually within a week, you'll know if they've approved it. And there's not a lot that keeps them from doing that. And they'll let you know if there's a specific reason why they're not going to approve it at that time. And then you can fix those issues and resubmit it. So
I didn't know that. I think you're the first person to ever tell me that you had to get it approved. I didn't. It's pretty cool.
Well, yeah.
I mean,
they review it before you launch to make sure that it's kosher.
That's cool that they do that, so people don't put up like some bullshit.
Yeah. I'm sure some still gets through, but a lot less because they do it that
way. Okay. What other character do you plan after these 3 issues? Do you know already?
The next set of the next story arc, the next 3 issues will be the story of Stern Burial. He's the son of the king of Viscair. Not Viscair, sorry, Burial, which is the main continent of the world. So the idea and where the story comes from is that all these people they live in the kingdom of Burial, which is ruled by a tyrannical king, a despot, who he's outlawed magic. He doesn't allow its use. He actually has a group of magic users that he has approved for them to be able to use magic, and they police magic in this world, and they're scary. If you look at one of the covers on my Kickstarter, the variant cover from Fish Lee, it's a Star Wars homage cover, and the guy in the background, which was where Darth Vader was on the original poster, is a Watcher. He's they call them the Watchers. They wear these dark blue cloaks, and like I said, they're very scary. They'll kill you without a second thought if they think that you're doing something you shouldn't be doing. Anyway, so this is the kind of world they live in, and so they have all decided that they're going to go find something better. And so the king's son, Stern, and his wife, actually the queen, along with hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of other people. They get on these ships and they leave for real, and they're in search of a better life somewhere else. And so this next story arc is about their journey,
Okay.
them leaving and their journey to finding a better life for them and everybody else. So that's the next one.
Nice. You just gave me the greatest idea. You should do a map of the continent.
We have one.
You got one already?
Oh yeah, from when we had the game. Like we've got all that stuff.
Nice. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. What social medias are you on?
I'm sorry.
What social medias are you on?
Oh, social media. Oh, well, I'm on Facebook mostly. I do have Twitter. I don't use it very often. I just haven't built up a following on there. So, I post updates and stuff, but that's about it. That's really it. I have like an Instagram, but I'm never on there. So Facebook, if you want to follow me, Facebook.
All right. Yeah, we got an Instagram. Well, we have a Twitter, but we don't use it. We're trying to build up our Instagram, which is hard.
Yeah. I only got Instagram because I wanted to follow some other people.
Yeah. Let's see. I don't know. Is there anything you want to say that we didn't touch on just yet?
Well, I said a little bit earlier when we were talking about promoting and what to do if you're a new creator and stuff, but I can't emphasize enough being involved in the community. And this, even if you're a little shy and whatnot and not very outspoken, just listen and absorb and support. You don't have to have a voice to share a post. So we grow and succeed through supporting one another. So share those Kickstarters out. Even if you only get 2 people that react to it, that saw it or whatever, that could be 1 or 2 people that are going to go back that Kickstarter, and it makes all the difference. So support the community, be involved as much as you can at whatever level is comfortable for you, but push the boundaries too. Like, if you're a little shy, whatever, just push. I find that for the most part, the indie comic community is very accepting, helpful, supportive, and if you want to be involved, be involved.
All right. Thank you for taking the time to come talk with me, Wyndi.
Well, thank you, Cody. I appreciate it.
What? You mean you haven't subscribed to Comicchatauthority? Oh, come on. Subscribe already. What are you waiting for? It's no big deal. Man, don't forget to tell him to hit that like button. Yeah, that too. Just subscribe.